Hi guys, it's Grace here. In today's video, we're going to learn how to draft a basic skate pattern. So without wasting time, let's get the work done. I come down by 1 inch at the edge of my pattern paper. I'm connecting it on a straight line. At that 1 inch line that I come down, I'm marking my hip point, which is 8 inch, and I connect the point like this. I label it also for the sake of this tutorial. This starting line has also become my waistline, and the second line is my hip line. Again, from the waistline, I'm marking the length of my skirt, which is 23, plus 1 inch for stitching allowance, which is 24. I'm extending these lines. So at the hip line, I'm going up by 2 inch. You can go up by 3 inch if you don't want your dart to be long. So, and also for the width of the dart, I mark 4 inch. How do I get this 4 inch? My bust span is 7 inch, so I add 1 inch for stitching allowance, which is 8, and now divide the 8 into 2, which is 4. I'm marking the width of this dart now is 4. So after that, I'm taking ½ inch on both sides. So I will blend it to the end of my dart. I'm taking ½ inch on both sides. That's why we added that 1 inch. So at the end of the day, our darts, after stitching it, our dart, the distance between our dart will be 7 inch, which is our normal bust span measurement. Okay, so moving on to the waist measurement, I divide my waist into 4, plus I measure the dart. I also replace the dart measurement plus 1 inch for stitching allowance. At the hip, I divide my hip into 4 plus 1 inch for stitching allowance. There's no need to mark darts at the hip because the dart did not get to her hip. You get it? And at the end of this skate, measure what you have at the hip, then minus 1.5 inch away from that measurement. You can minus 1 inch. In my case, I minus 1.5 inch. And I connect the point, and I'm cutting it out. Sorry guys, there is a pattern paper I actually drafted. Somebody dropped a comment, ma, you did not add allowance to your drafting. Sweetheart, I do that. Let me simply connect this point so that you know that this is my normal measurement, and this 1 inch is the allowance, sewing allowance. Okay, so after this, I'm cutting it out. Look at how beautiful it turned out to be. This is how our front piece supposed to look like. So when we are done with our front piece, it will be very simple to get our back piece. I'm simply folding my plain pattern paper like this. I place the front on top of the back. I'm simply marking out that this same measurement at my back piece. Yeah, I'm marking it out so that when I raise up my front piece, I will still know where the hip is and where the hem and the allowance is. Okay, so I'm using also this front piece to cut out our back piece. Okay, and after cutting it out, I'm going to check if the zip allowance is equal. Where I'm marking now, guys, is where our zip line will be. Yes, I'm marking it now and I'm connecting it, and that is where our front piece also stop. Okay, so I want to take note of the zip. I want to make use of 1.5 inch, but I'm thinking the space I'm keeping is more than 1.5 inch, so I'm going to measure it. I'm measuring it now. Of course I have excess, so I'm going to connect it and cut it off. After all, the back of our skirt is supposed to be open, guys. Yeah, supposed to be open. After that, I also like doing this when I'm drafting a dress or a skirt. I always give a space for the bum. So at the end of this skirt, this pattern paper, I'm minusing half inch. At the waist, I minus less than half an inch, and I blend them to the hip point, and I'm cutting it out. This is, you can see the hip is coming out more. That is to give space for the bum to sit. Yes, that is to give space for the bum. It fits nicely if you do this. It's optional, guys. You can decide to use 1.5 inch throughout, but I don't do that. I always give my dress more shape. Take out, we are going to replace it in. That's why I'm marking half inch inward from that zip region. And for the dart, if you see very well, if you check very well, I'm pinning out my dart. This method is very easy, guys. I simply pin out the dart so that I will not measure it again on other side of where I need the dart. So following the direction of my pins, I'm simply marking it out. And after marking it out, I'm going to draw out the darts. You see? And because of the pins, I will be able to know where the dart is, where it's in. So guys, have you seen how beautiful it turns out to be? Doing this even on your main piece, on your fabric, is very simple. Instead of to measure the darts again. I simply indicate zip allowance and also my back piece. For the front piece, in case you are sewing a dress, that is, you want to attach a upper part to this skirt part to make a dress, please leave it the way it is. But in case you are also making a skirt, at the center front of your front piece, come down by 1 inch and blend it to the side seam. That will help the skirt to sit properly at your waist. Okay. So I'm trimming it off because we are drafting a basic skirt pattern. Again, guys, in case you are sewing for someone who have a very big tummy, that 1 inch we take out from the front piece, please do not take it out. Okay, so this is my front piece ready, guys. This is how it's supposed to look like. So, and this is my back piece. I'm going to quickly pin it out, then place it on top of my front piece to show you how it's supposed to look like, guys. It's going to be the same. Look at it, it's looking beautiful. Look at it. And if you are sewing, you have to sew the zip allowance. You know, the zip allowance is always close. Then maybe you start from the waist to the hip and input zip. At the end, you also keep some space for the slits. You see? And if you are placing it, see what we are going for. The front of our skirt is at the center is lower than that of the back piece, or the back piece is higher than the front piece by 1 inch. That is what you're supposed to have. Let me know in the comment section if this video is helpful, and also let me know if you have learned one thing or the other. This is where we are going to stop till I see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.